Clip from World War I. Ever wondered about France's role in World War I? To understand it better, let's first examine its strategic location. It's important to note that geography has been a factor in shaping a nation's destiny. This was particularly true for France during the Great War. Located at the center of Western Europe, it borders several nations, including Germany. This geographical proximity placed France in an interesting position, rendering it a vital participant in the conflict. France was not merely a bystander, but the main theater of the war. Its location as a doorway to Western Europe made it a stage for some of the most lethal battles of World War I. This geographical fortune, or misfortune depending on your perspective, designated France as an inescapable participant and a significant battleground in the war. This was merely the start of France's multifaceted and crucial role in World War I. France was not alone. The alliance system was a key component of World War I. In the intricate web of international relations, France found itself part of the Triple Entente, a pact of mutual defense and cooperation. This alliance brought together three major powers: France, Russia, and the United Kingdom, creating a formidable bloc against the Central Powers, which included Germany and Austria-Hungary. This intertwining of national interests and mutual support was not just about military might, it was about economic and political solidarity, the sharing of resources, intelligence, and a unified front that could stand against the aggression of their adversaries. This alliance, this Triple Entente, was more than a simple pact. It was an intricate dance of diplomacy, strategy, and shared objectives. It shaped the dynamics of the war, setting the stage for the battles that were to come. This alliance was a testament to the fact that in war, as in life, unity is strength. France was not just strategically placed, it was also militarily strong. The French army was a force to be reckoned with during the early 20th century. At the outbreak of World War I, France had one of the largest armies in the world, a fact that was not lost on its allies or its enemies. The French military force was a formidable machine, well-equipped and well-trained. This military might, combined with the nation's strategic location, made France a key player in the global conflict. But it wasn't just the size of the French army that mattered. Its soldiers were known for their tenacity and courage, traits that would be tested to the limit in the brutal warfare that was to come. The power and resilience of the French military were pivotal in the Allies' fight against the Central Powers. France's military prowess was a key factor in the war. The war was not just about strategy and alliances, it was about the soldiers on the ground. The French, like their allies and adversaries, were thrust into the harsh world of trench warfare. This was a brutal, grueling form of combat, characterized by a deadlock of opposing forces, hunkered down in a network of trenches stretching along the Western Front. The French soldiers, known as poilus, showcased resilience and courage in the face of constant danger. They weathered the storm of artillery fire, the threat of gas attacks, the chill of rain-soaked winters, and the unbearable heat of summer. The trenches became their homes, their battlegrounds, and for many, their final resting places. Despite these grim conditions, the French soldiers fought valiantly against the German forces, their tenacity shining through the mud and the blood of the trenches. Trench warfare was a grim reality of World War I, and French soldiers bore the brunt of it. The Battle of Verdun was a testament to French resilience. It unfolded in the year of 1916 in the grim setting of Verdun-sur-Meuse, a small town in northeastern France. The battle was an epic confrontation, one of the longest and most grueling encounters of the Great War. For almost 10 months, French and German forces locked in a bitter struggle for control, with neither side willing to yield an inch. The French, under the command of General Philippe Pétain, showed extraordinary courage and tenacity. Despite being vastly outnumbered, they held their ground, embodying the spirit of their motto, "They shall not pass." The cost was heavy, with hundreds of thousands of French soldiers making the ultimate sacrifice. Yet their resilience sent a powerful message to the enemy and their allies alike. Verdun was a symbol of France's determination and the heavy price it paid. It remains a poignant reminder of the human cost of war and the indomitable spirit of the French nation. The Battle of the Marne was a turning point. As the summer of 1914 was drawing to a close, the German forces were rapidly advancing towards Paris, a strategic move in their Schlieffen Plan. However, the French, under the leadership of General Joseph Joffre, were not ready to let their capital fall into enemy hands. In early September, the First Battle of the Marne commenced, a fierce confrontation that lasted for several days. French and British forces fought tooth and nail, using everything at their disposal, including Parisian taxis to quickly transport troops to the front line, an event that has since become a symbol of French resilience. Their efforts bore fruit. The German advance was halted, their Schlieffen Plan derailed, and the Western Front was established, a line that would barely move until 1918. The Marne was a significant victory for France and the Allies, marking a crucial turning point in the early stages of the war. France didn't just contribute soldiers, it also contributed economically to the war effort. The French economy, with its industrial might and agricultural abundance, played a pivotal role in supporting the Allies during World War I. France was a primary source for arms and munitions, producing artillery, rifles, and ammunition in large quantities. The nation's factories buzzed around the clock, churning out the tools of war. Moreover, France's vast agricultural fields provided much-needed sustenance for the troops. Farmers across the nation worked tirelessly to ensure a steady food supply. And let's not forget the financial aspect. France offered financial aid to its allies, extending loans and funding to keep the war machine running. Indeed, the French economy was stretched to its limits, but its contributions were instrumental in maintaining the Allied war effort. The war was a test of endurance, and no less was the case for the French economy. France's economy was a driving force in the Allied war effort. France's colonial empire was also a part of the war. When we think of France's involvement in World War I, it's not just the battles fought on French soil that come to mind. France's vast colonial empire played a significant role too. From the sun-drenched lands of Africa to the vibrant landscapes of Asia, France mobilized troops from across its colonies. These men, many of whom had never set foot on European soil before, were thrust into a conflict far from home. Despite the challenges of language, culture, and climate, they fought valiantly alongside their French compatriots. They braved the harsh realities of trench warfare, endured the bitter cold of European winters, and faced formidable enemy forces. Their courage and resilience were instrumental in the Allied victory. These colonial forces, in essence, represented the global reach of the conflict and underscored the truly world-encompassing nature of the Great War. The colonial forces were an important part of France's contribution to the war. Post-war, France was key in shaping the future. As the dust of conflict settled, the world sought a new equilibrium. The Allied powers, including France, had the daunting task of shaping this post-war settlement. The centerpiece of this endeavor was the Treaty of Versailles. France, bearing the scars of invasion and devastation, was determined to ensure such a catastrophe would never occur again. Led by Prime Minister Georges Clemenceau, known as the Tiger, France pushed for harsh penalties against Germany. These included substantial reparations and the return of Alsace-Lorraine, a region lost to Germany in a previous conflict. Despite controversy, France's influence was undeniable in the treaty's final form. This document, signed on June 28, 1919, in the Hall of Mirrors in Versailles, not only marked the end of World War I, but also set the stage for the geopolitical landscape of the 20th century. The Treaty of Versailles was a significant part of France's post-war role. The war left a deep mark on France. As we delve into the 10th and final key point in our exploration of France's role in World War I, we confront the profound legacy of sacrifice. The conflict demanded a horrifying toll from the French people, with millions of lives extinguished in the fires of war. Fathers, sons, brothers, and friends were swept away, leaving a vast chasm of loss in communities across the nation. This was a generation forever marked by the horrors of conflict, their youth stolen by the harsh realities of trench warfare and the deafening roar of artillery fire. Yet amid the devastation, there emerged a powerful spirit of resilience. The French people, united in grief and determination, rebuilt their lives and their nation from the ashes of war. Today, the echoes of their courage resonate in every corner of France, a testament to their indomitable spirit. World War I left a legacy of sacrifice and resilience in France that is remembered to this day.
Years to follow. Immerse yourself in this captivating snapshot of history. Subscribe and share to continue the journey through time. Join us again